Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and here is my kit leftovers and the layout I created with my Cocoa Vanilla No Limits collection. So these first three are just layouts I completed or created after I was done with my 8 days or 8 layouts from my IKEA adventures. So the only thing for this that I brought in were these 2 new inks from the Shimmer collection by Diane Reevely, because our little snow cones were purple and red, and those were 2 colors I had not brought in for the Cocoa Vanilla No Limits collection. So, but everything else on here pretty much is from the kit. I cut that star out of a pocket card, and I've just got some stickers, some stars, and some of the ephemera. And this layout has my heart. You all look at that face. Now, this layout I did before knowing what picture I was going to put on there, and let me tell you, look at that. I mean, come on. So I created this, and that's why I decided to do the layout I had just shared with you, because I thought, oh, it'd be perfect to do something like that for the snow cones, because that's what it looks like. So this is completely from my stash from this kit that I built 8 days ago. And so I am in love. The only thing that I brought in, actually, it was a matte stack paper, that white paper that I have matted my picture on. So that's it, that I wasn't already in my kit. And this was my way of using up a lot of the scrap papers that were left over. Not all, and I'll share with you what I have left. But this star paper in the back was the last, second to last 6x8 paper that hadn't been used yet. And I tore it straight down the middle, and then I cut it and then flipped it to where it looks like that is one long 12x12 strip of paper, but it's not. And I love the way that turned out. And then I had a bunch of just pieces left over, and I just used those up and layered them to mat those 2 pictures. And since we're at Buffalo Wild Wings, I put that stay wild, and then there's like a word phrase on there that says something about being wild. So, and the reason I used these pictures is because that to the moon and back is the phrase that I use with my daughter. Not that I don't love my son that much as too. It's just that's the phrase that she and I have always had. So I definitely want to make sure that is on any layout with her, or that at least she is on the layout with those phrases, because there's about 3 or 4 of them in the collection I have. So I love that layout. Now, these are the 8 layouts I created for Around the World in 30 Days. And this is my IKEA adventures with my friends. It starts with this picture of me and my friend that I picked up to take to meet the rest of my friends. And so this was my very first layout with the kit, and I love them. Every one of these layouts is different enough, but the same, like have enough things in common. So there's stars, I think, on every layout. There's very similar color patterns, obviously, because it's all from the same collection. So this is day 1 and of our adventure, but this all happened in 12 hours, you all. The only thing from that is brought in that was not in my kit was this flare from Dottie About Flare, or the Flare Hut is what it's being changed to. Same with this one, the butterfly, and as well as these wood veneers over here are for the little itty bitties are from Scrapping Reflections, and the bigger ones are from some assemblage required on Etsy. So that was stuff that was not in my kit that I built. So we had such a good time, and I can't tell you how much I have enjoyed remembering and reliving and documenting these fun times. So that is number 7, and there is number 8. I used so many of those. Those are the branding strips over there on the right. So every one of those last 8, starting with this one down, all have videos. These top 3 do not. So if you have any questions about those, please let me know. But the other 8, there is a process video under Around the World. Now, this is what's left in my kit. No 12 by 12s. I did not use any of these sequins. I thought I was going to make some pockets or something, but I never did. So we'll put that aside for now. Back in my sequin pocket or pouch. So this is what is left of my ephemera. I have like 5 or 6 chipboards that I pushed out of here that I wasn't going to keep because they were falling out anyway. So all I have left is like the frame, the to the moon and back, and like a couple other little things like some of the circle bits, but all the words are gone. All the stars are used. Almost, I think all the banners are used. There's that one right there that says one of a kind. That's also chipboard. This is all I have left of my paper, is these few scraps and one 6x8 paper, and this is it. And I will just put this back in my stash and use it with another layout. I do still have Cocoa Vanilla No Limits. I only brought in like one of each of the papers and left myself at least one of everything. And then also I have these branding strips, and that last layout I shared had a ton of them. So I will continue to use those till they're gone because I don't waste, you all. I do not waste. And this is all that's left of the accessory kit. A few word phrases are still left in there right here. They were kind of falling off, so I didn't want them getting caught up and falling off once they get put in the box. So, which they wouldn't really because it's a lovely way to store things. But I have plans for this circle, that banner, and then the little blue tag at the bottom. I'm about to scrapbook a layout of my friend's son's baseball game, and those are their colors. And then look at all of these enamel shapes that I have used up. I mean, there's 64 on there originally, and I had only done like one layout with this collection before I built this kit. So, I mean, I am really, really happy with how much I've used and how much I've, done. I completed all of those. There were only a couple left on that. And so now I can throw that packaging away. I used a few things out of this Fancy Pants collection, but there was a lot more pink, and some of the things I thought I'd use weren't in there. That was just a gift from a friend that she sent me some stuff from her stash. Everything from that is missing, that's missing, and everything for that one that is missing I used on these layouts. What was I going to do with flamingos and IKEA? I used quite a few of these on my layouts. I used quite a few of these, all these stickabilities. Anything missing on here I used on my layouts. I think I used 2, 3, maybe 4 things from each of those. So I'm really, really happy with how many things I got used on these layouts, and I love how they've turned out. So that makes me happy. And of course I have my inks that were in there, so those I didn't anticipate using all of those up. And I did not want to use all the ephemera and stickers. I want to have some things to go with my papers that I still have left. So I am super thrilled with the way that this turned out. And so I plan on doing this again with another collection. And I may just move down the alphabet and do another Cocoa Vanilla and either do Storyteller or do These Days. I haven't decided. I may just jump around and do some different different companies or brands or designers. I don't know. We'll have to see, you all. But this was a great way for me to finally dive into the stash and use it because these are such gorgeous pages that I have a really hard time. I want to keep them because they're so pretty. But like I have said a ton of times, they look much better on a layout than they do in my storage bin. So with that said, I hope you all will come back again and check out some more videos that I've created. And I hope you have a good night. Happy scrapping.